Hey guys, this is Zero. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a replay with the EBR, one of the most controversial vehicles in the game, and it will continue to be in the state that it is in, and I am right now and will continue to be one of its biggest opponents. I do believe that the EBR, even after the nerf, is still too strong and it's too meta and game breaking. And I'll talk a little bit about that in this video. Okay, so here's my EBR. My equipment loadout is full improved, of course. I prefer gun handling and vision, so V-stab, vents, and optics. With an optics directive, this gives me quite a bit of V-range, even though they had nerfed the V-range. So 463. I run a combination of ammo. Got some APCR, some heat for being able to pen targets, and then enough HE that I can actually shoot some arty, shoot some lightly armored tanks, because again, this is one of the things I really don't like. It is a light tank that doesn't have to aim, can just snap full on the move, and has enough HE pen that it doesn't have to actually aim to pen the HE. So yeah. Anyways, I have a really good crew in it. I have almost 6 entire perks. I'm at 5 full perks and 96% on the next one. It just comes down to full female, and I've played it a lot, both in random battles when I was 3 marking it and when I decided to, or like when I decided to play it for clan stuff. And oh, and that comes back to why I was playing it today. So I was doing missions. This is my next one, but I was working on this mission right here, which was enable your allies to destroy 10 enemy vehicles by spotting them or destroying their track. So in my first game, I got 2 tanks killed, and then in my next one I had 1, so that was 3 out of the 10 in 2 games. And then the battle that you guys are going to see is what my third battle was. So let's get started. Okay, here's my replay. So something that you guys can keep an eye out for is the chat this game. There were some people that did not like how I play my EBR. They were quite upset with me at the beginning because I went to the hill at the beginning instead of, you know, going to the one line or doing some active scouting in the mid, like everyone expects you to. So, like I had said at the beginning, the EBR, even after the nerfs, it's just too strong. So they nerfed the top speed a little bit, so it goes a little bit slower. It decreases a lot of speed when you do a turn or if your wheels get hit, which, yeah, that was definitely necessary. The thing is those actually weren't the biggest issues. The biggest issues with it are its gun handling, where it can just snap everything full on the move, the special auto aim feature that nothing else in the game has, the fact that its HE has 105 millimeters of pen. Like that can go through like the sides and backs of tier 10 heavies actually, depending on which ones. Like that's just not right. And of course, it has V range as well, which like considering it can just YOLO in and spot as well because it has that much V range, like it's just not balanced and it just has broken the meta completely. There's not a single other light tank that you can use that an EBR doesn't do its job better. Like the RHM used to have the most V range. Well, the EBR has enough camo rating that that tiny decrease in V range doesn't matter. The T100 had the most camo. Well, actually, I think the EBR does now, which again doesn't make sense. Then the Sheridan had the high rate of fire and the good gun handling. Well, the EBR has the good gun handling. And on and on. And then of course the WZ-132 had like the good armor of the light tanks. Well, the EBR's wheels seem to absorb more shots than the armor of a lot of other tanks. So here we are sitting on the hill. Artie and a couple other tanks are complaining that I'm sitting on the hill not doing anything. Right here I see that my team is winning the hill, winning the 890, and that my entire team is sitting in the back corner on the 1-2 line. So I decide to move up. So far, like, the EBR was fast enough to get into position where another light tank probably couldn't have, or it could have, but with much more difficulty. And another light tank would take even longer to rotate over here. And of course, there's still people butthurt about me not starting on this side of the map. So what you're going to see me do is I'm going to make a couple runs here. I am spotted. The T100, like, it was obvious that the T100 was high. And I'm just getting some assistance. So like I said, I had started with this game with 3 assisted kills so far in 2 games, and I was looking to get some more so that I could complete the mission. So here I'm running through the bushes trying to get a light. I do get spotted and I dip out as soon as I get lit. So the T95 actually gets lit and I spot him back. Well, he spots me. Or shoots at me because the T100 is actually what lit me. But anyways, I see that there's shots available, fix my gun, and this is what I'm talking about. I didn't even really aim, I just kind of stopped. It's just not balanced. And at this range, like, it's even accurate, which is nuts. So here I'm going to look to do a little bit more scouting. I just spotted those guys. The Indian Panzer is telling me to uninstall the game. The T30 is telling me that I've never played. I did actually message them after the game. I typically don't, but I was like, what was it about my EBR gameplay? And I just left it at that. So I actually think I hit the T100 there because I didn't see the splash. So that was quite interesting, actually. So anyways, I'm just driving around. My team is actually down 3,000 hit points here. I don't really notice it because the kills are still even, but I'm just trying to get a bead on where that T100 is because I can't do my regular spotting. So I'm told that the light is on F2, so I decide to do a bush run. If you see, I do a lot with going in and out of the mode. I actually got a lot of assists on that run right there. Thing is a regular light tank probably could have made that run, but the EBR just survives for so much longer because its wheels just block, it goes faster so it's harder to hit. You hit so many more shots on the move than any other light tank, and you also have the V range. Like I said, it's just not a balanced tank whatsoever. Like, I had another shot up there. So it's almost at the halfway point of the game so far, and basically I'm just looping around trying to get some vision, get some information from my team, and also like I'm already up to I got 2 assisted kills this game so far. And I stumble straight across an E4. Like if I wasn't in a EBR there, I probably would have died instantly. It's just the fact that the EBR can go into those situations and actually come out alive. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the 890 has actually fallen. So I'm doing my best to scout both sides. I'm already at 7,000 spotting, which is quite ridiculous. That's typically already an amazing game. Since I didn't spot a lot of things over on the rails, I decided to go for another 1-2 line run. And running the 1-2 is a good way to just get some like clear it out so that they aren't just pushing up on my team on the 1-2, which means that they're safe and not spotted. Here I'm just also keeping just out of range, or I thought out of range of the Motion or the Moisten. But the reason I got lit was actually that T100 right there. And that's what I'm saying is the EBR just pokes like that and hits, and it's just not fair. It's not balanced, and there's just so much going for the EBR. Of course, I'm just trying to surf the ridge as low as possible to avoid taking damage. So at this point, we're down 3 tanks, but the HP is still even. So I'm just doing my best to stay alive, keep vision. So I'm the only thing that's keeping vision. And again, like I just bounced the Moisten right there. So T100 goes down. I'm trying to keep the Conquer and the Moisten alive. Or spot them so my team can shoot them and keep my team alive in the back. And like I had said earlier, if you watch the speed mode, I'm jumping in and out of it the entire game, whether I'm making turns, like if I'm trying to accelerate a little bit, any of that. So it's not one of those things where you just stay in one mode the whole game. You actually do switch in and out of it depending on what's going on. So here I'm again trying to keep my distance from the Moisten, spot him for my team. I actually got a little bit close right there, but it's fine. This is where I decide that I might actually be able to shoot him, because there's nothing else that can spot me or can deal with me. Already does hit him again. I almost fire right here, but that's within 445. So I actually go behind the bush, go right outside 445, and I almost guarantee I hit that shot. So anyways, I'm continuing and driving around. And this is where I just spot a T30 moving up, which that T30 just gets absolutely annihilated. Like, he had no chance as soon as he got spotted in front of my entire team. And I was also looking for cheeky shots right there. That M48 almost hits a shot onto me right there, but I was lucky. And it's probably just because the EBR is so fast. And that's the thing is, I'm already at 9,776 spotting that I know of. And I almost guarantee I had some blind assistance at this point too. That's over 10k, I'm already at 1600 damage and a kill. And here, like, E4 misses me because I'm an EBR. And now he's just not going to be able to survive. Because I'm in an EBR and he's an E4 and I spotted him and he missed me. I'm trying to keep him spotted without getting myself lit. That's why I'm roaming right at the like 350, 400 meter mark. So this is where I decide to make a run down the 1-2 line. I have HE ready to go. I actually bounce off the CGC, and this is where I spot the RHM. I didn't even notice for a second until he hits me. I was quite annoyed at it actually. Anyways, the M48 just looks like he pushed up, and so I'm looking for vision, and I run into a T-30. Now, if I'd been spotted, I probably would have died there, but luckily I was unlit. And that's the thing is, I'm already at 12,000 spotting. And 1,600 damage, like, that damage has been a kill and some extra damage here and there. So, this is where some people might not notice, but there's actually a gap to completely switch flanks where I won't even get spotted. I can jump over the rails without the AMX-30 spotting me or the Pershing. Right here I just auto aim because the EBR is actually pretty good at it. Now when I manually aim, I hit, now he's a one shot. Now, I could have and probably should have left here sooner, but I decided to go for another shot, and if I'd aimed that better, I would have gotten the kill too. It was just a bad shot. Anyways, I'm just clearing out the 789. I knew the arty was in A12. If you guys had been paying close attention earlier, there was a time where I'd been spotted, I think, by the E4, that both arty shells landed a couple tank lengths behind me. So only the arty left, and if you guys can see, I actually completed my mission right here, so that's that. So let's jump over to the after battle report. So we have the victory, of course, and the scout medal, which is for spotting, I think, 10 tanks, or somewhere around that. The patrol duty, which is have your team, I think it's damage 6 opponents, and then Confederate, because I damaged 6 or more vehicles more than anyone else on my team, or actually I think in the game. So yeah, here it is, Coalition 12, a little bit of everything completed with honors. I spotted 14 of their tanks. I don't even know which tank I didn't spot. I had 12k spotting, 2,800 damage, 1 kill. So 1,643 base XP. Didn't get top damage, of course, but I definitely carried. So here's a more detailed breakdown. I fired 17 shots, 11 hits, 8 pen. Some of it sniping, some of it closer range. I received 5 hits. There were only 2 pens, 3 non-penetrations, and then there was a splash damage. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's just not balanced. So I spotted 14 tanks, damaged 8, destroyed 1, almost 13,000 spotting. I traveled 16 kilometers. Like, that's just ridiculous that I traveled that much. Most people in a game only go about like 2, maybe 1 or 2. So, and because I only fired I think 1, maybe 2 heat shells, I made 140k profit, which is quite impressive actually. So anyways, like I was saying, the EBR is still broken. It's still not good for the game. I'm fine with wheeled vehicles being unique and interesting, but they should not be meta breaking, completely meta, push all the other light tanks out, and just in general game breaking because they spot things so fast. They basically make all forms of scouting useless unless you're an EBR. And they also they're just frustrating to shoot at because they're just going so quickly. And most tanks don't have very fast shell velocity. Anyways, thanks guys. If you like this video, give it a like. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I will see you guys around.